Hello, Bridget Bartlett here with Vision Marketing and Design. Today we are live inside of my Friday Q&A session where we are live every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Miss Frankie.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, except that I have my video on, but I don't see that I'm being shown on your screen. I'm trying to figure out why.
I do see, like when I look at the settings here, it says stop video. So it looks like you have it active.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I don't know why my picture's not being shown.
I can't see your gorgeous face, Miss Frankie.
Thank you
Maybe
so much.
while you try to figure that out, I'm going to go through the dashboard and show some new things that I've added. And then I will get right back to you and then give everybody a chance to join today. Let me
Okay.
go ahead and share my screen
I
here.
go out and come back in. I'm not sure.
Okay, so if you are a member or if you're interested in becoming a member, we do use the high level suite of tools inside of our program. So this is basically what the dashboard looks like. It includes, all of the, definitely go back and watch any of the training. I don't want to spend all day talking about all of those things, but we did add some new things here that I wanted to show you. If you guys have missed it, I've tried to make some of the resources a little bit easier to find. Okay, so you know that you do get 30 days of digital marketing, social media content. Every single month, you get a new set of content. You can click that here. And it used to be that I would give files, but I've actually organized this inside of a module to make it a little bit easier to find. Also, if you click here, you'll see that, this is all customizable on Canva, including the ebook, but I've also added, every month you get a new ebook that you can bring on Canva. And I've also added a lead magnet funnel template for that lead magnet or for that ebook. So you can now access that here. You can access all of your social media content here. And now, if you are not a Canva Pro member, you just have the Canva free account, you can actually use the this section here so that you don't have to swap out, some of the images, sometimes they are only for Pro members, but these have only free images. Okay, so if you, that'll make it a little bit easier for you guys to find. So here is all of your social media content. If you want to, let's see, let's go back here. The PLR content, there's over 85,000 PLR products that you can use, reuse, rebrand, or resell. So you can find this here. Hopefully this makes it a little easier. So we have articles, ebooks, infographics, audio, stock photos, planners, videos, and courses. Okay. You also have, if you go to your resources section, you can access the live training replays. Here's your social media content, and then all of the other courses that we have for you. Inside your resources section, here's where you can access the live training. There's an onboarding section. You can also join our community, and then also some course templates and lead magnet funnels. There are some lead magnet funnels here, but I am trying to move them, when it's a lead magnet funnel that goes with the corresponding social media, I'm trying to put those all in one place. So you guys know when it's January, you go to the January module, and that has all the things that you need to get your social media branded and get everything connected, so that you can, I love to spend a Saturday, get my social media ready to go, my lead magnet funnel, schedule it to my scheduler, and then I'm done for the month as far as that goes. Okay. So definitely check that area out as well. And I think that may be all that I really wanted to share with you. Also, make sure to check out the course funnel templates. So we have a Fiverr course funnel, and this is all unbranded and customizable. So you can use that however you want to. So there's a Make Money on Fiverr and also Google Ads Mastery. And this does come with the actual unbranded course. And thank you to Simone, because she is a member and she actually created the Google Ads course for the team because she's a team player. So if any of you all would like if you have a website template, let me stop sharing. If you have a website template that you think that you did a great job, or maybe you have multiple and you want to share with the team, I will put it in the resources section so that we can all use it. But also I want to put your contact information there so that you guys can get leads and clients. And what better way is, we talk all the time, provide value. So you're providing something of value to the team, but also in exchange for that, you're advertising yourself and your skills. Okay. So definitely as we grow, I am not doing so much of the, like client work. And what I'm actually doing is just referring those leads that I get to the members of the team. So I want to always pass that on and help you guys, get the leads, get the content, get the audience and all of that, and then convert them, right? I want you to make money because that is what makes Team Vision awesome, right? So hello, Miss Valerie. Valerie is my moderator. Hello, Valerie. How are you? You're muted if you're speaking. I think Frankie popped out as well. I want to give you guys a chance to pop in. I know that it's kind of, everybody's been so sick lately and, busy with so many things that, the Q&A may be.
Computer for a second. Hi, Bridget. How are you? It's Valerie.
Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you. Ready for this new year.
Yeah, what a great time to really dive into the, like I said, with everybody being sick and the economy being so wonky, it's like, now is the time. If you've ever been on the fence about starting an online business, now is the time.
Exactly, yeah. I've been doing well with my sugar scrub. And
Yeah, that's good.
getting ready to move on with that some more.
Yeah, good.
It's working, it's not leaking. It's like, yay.
Right.
So I just started messing around with the high level.
Mhm.
I have the free account. And I was trying to set up the email. I'm with Namecheap as far as domain and email, and I keep getting this error code. And I messed with it all day yesterday. Should I contact the support about that? Or?
I have heard people having issues. The only time I ever hear anyone having issues connecting their SMTP server is from Namecheap. And I think that, I think it was Janai. She commented in the Telegram group that something about Namecheap, how their instructions were not correct. I think that's what she said. You maybe reach out in the Telegram group. I think it was her that said that, that she was struggling to get things connected, that, Namecheap had given her the info, but for some reason it wasn't working. And then when she figured it out, she said, oh, here's why, because it's something about the instructions or whatever. So I think.
Okay, yeah, because I bought a new domain through them and a new email, and I did talk to their support to make sure I have the right SMPT or TP. Yeah. Okay, I will talk to her then.
Yeah, and then once you get that information, of course, you can contact support, okay. and they can help you. Yeah.
It's because I just keep entering the stuff and it keeps giving these error codes, and it's like, okay, I'm not this dumb about this stuff. I'm pretty techie. So
yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. Have you used the support yet?
No, not yet.
Because I actually hired them. It's a high level has a lot of really valuable third-party resources that you can use. And, the CEO recommended our white label support. So I'm just curious, and I use them because it's a great resource for the agency owner, but also for the clients within the agency. So I use them, and I have not heard anyone say anything negative about them, but I'm always checking in because I want to make sure, that they're providing quality support.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you get the high class thing here, but I'm just one of those that, like, I'll go to YouTube and Google and all that, figure it out on as best I can.
Yeah, because you're an entrepreneur. That's what we do.
Yeah, exactly.
I can always tell the people who are serious about their business and the people who are not by the questions that they ask. Because if I hear, I've tried this a million times and I can't get it to work, that's the entrepreneur. But the one who's like, hey, because if I hear, I've tried this a million times and I can't get it to work, that's feedback, I think. But the one who's like, hey, because if I Oh, sorry, Frankie. I just had to mute you and I thought it was Valerie and I just muted Valerie and I asked to unmute you, Valerie. Sorry.
And I have nothing going on here. It's just
Okay.
me, myself, and I.
I was like, wait, who is that? That's familiar.
As you were saying,
Now I forgot what I was saying.
I forgot too now. Oh, we were talking about support. Oh, and entrepreneurs about how.
Oh, yeah. When people are like, hey, I can't figure out how to log in, or the questions, and it's like, did you even try?
Yeah, like they try it once and it doesn't work. So then it's like,
Yeah.
we'll go and dig and dig and dig. We don't want to bother anybody. We can figure this out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we'll go down like 9,000 rabbit holes to find the answer that we're looking for before we ask them.
Then like a day later, you say, okay, I gotta figure this one out. Somebody.
But there's so much learning that comes from those rabbit holes. I mean, I know that people say, don't go down a rabbit hole. And that's really true when you're trying to, accomplish a specific task. But you really learn a lot when you go down the rabbit hole and you're like, oh, I didn't even know this existed, or I didn't even know that could be a potential problem. Most of the things, and it's so funny too, because people, I've bought some courses and things like that, but most of what I know, I've learned through trial and error and YouTube.
Exactly. I spent 5 years basically sitting on my ass in recovery, and it's like I've watched a lot, been down a lot of rabbit holes. I've had a heck of an education.
Oh, I'm sure.
Up in the information and people I follow, and it's just it's all making sense and clicking. It's just actually implementing it now.
Yeah. What were you in recovery for?
I survived stage 4 breast cancer.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, going through all the surgeries and the chemo and everything. It's just like, finally, I'm out of it. It's like,
So what made you decide to do the online thing? Was it that?
Well, basically, I had lost my husband, maybe 12 years now, or it just was. And I kind of started dabbling in it then. Trying to come up with something, because I also have multiple sclerosis, so it's like I can't work things like I used to, be on my feet all day and things. So then I decided, when I really got the cancer and stuff, I really dove into it and thought, no, I'm not going to waste all this time just sitting around feeling sorry for myself. Learn something.
Yeah. I mean, my grandma used to always say, without a vision, you will perish. And I really think that's such a good point, that it's like, you can't sit around and think about your problems, whatever that may be, because that just gets you deeper into a dark place. But if you
an optimist anyway, so I don't like negative things and whatnot,
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, the time flew by too, by doing that.
Yeah, because you distracted yourself. You had something to focus on. Yeah, it's awesome.
Exactly.
I actually, I was doing a lot of client work, and, when you're working with clients, it's like, you might do a website and then you might host it, but it's like, you make a couple $1,000s and then it's like, then what next month? You're making like $40 to host it or whatever. It was just the fluctuation of income that I was struggling with when I first got started. And when my mom passed away, I didn't even, like 2 weeks, and you know how it is, it's like you're planning the funeral and then you're all distraught and upset and everything, and I just, like, I could not focus on work or anything, but I still kept earning income through my affiliate commissions, and I just thought, this is the way to go. If I was still working at a job, I would have had to request off. I probably would have had people mad at me, and they would have only given me like 2 days. And guess what? Sometimes you need more than 2 days off, you know? So it really, it made me think, like, we all love the passive income. We all love the working from home for all different reasons. But what a great thing that you have so many opportunities. And that's what I love to teach, is the opportunities that you have, so that you can choose. Because freedom, I could get on a soapbox, but freedom is choice. When you have opportunities, when you can choose which one you want, that's real freedom.
I know, it was nice because I was able to build 2 websites on the other platform for 2 of my local friends that have local small businesses. One's a roofer, one's a mechanic who sells golf carts. And it really helped boost them a whole lot. And then it helped my confidence. It's like, I can do this. I can implement this.
Yeah, because that's the cool thing about, like, business in general, is that we can all help each other build our own dreams together. It's like, the plumber, the HVAC guy, they need websites because that's their business. They have a dream of working for themselves, and they just need the help. And building websites is not everyone's thing. A lot of people, sometimes my husband, he wants to be outside. He wants to be working on his hands, with his hands. If I said, hey, sit in one place for 10 hours and build this website, he would be like, what?
Yeah, my husband would have been the same way. He's like,
I can't do that. No. But to me and to you, it's like, oh, I love it. I love being creative. I love, like, and then helping them help their business grow. It's like, oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing.
Exactly. It's like my auto mechanic. He's gotten so large now with Club Car. They've built a professional website for him, so he doesn't use the one I had anymore. But he's like, I can't thank you enough. You put me on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, and the amount of time that it saves them, if you can automate some processes, like the first website I talk about it all the time was for our lawn care business. It was on WordPress. I had no idea that there were any other website builders. I just thought WordPress was the one. And so I had to figure out for 4 months, nonstop watching YouTube videos, how to maneuver my way around WordPress. It was so horrendous, but it was functional in the sense that it stopped the phone calls. It actually helped us, like, get people, who were searching for lawn care businesses, how to get them to the website and to put their information in instead of calling. Because when they're calling, most, like, new businesses like that, they're out in the field. We used his cell phone for the business. He's out, in the field. And what happens when he gets a phone call? He has to stop the mowers, and he has to, get off of it and answer. And it's like, he doesn't have a pen and paper. And then if you're the customer, you're trying to call this lawn care business who's not even answering the phone. So it's like, there's so many aspects to, like, business automation and marketing in general that really can transform someone's business.
Exactly. Yeah. I tried WordPress in the beginning to a disaster. Then when I found the other platform, it was like, oh, I can do this. Okay, this makes more sense. Ooh.
Yeah. I do want to learn WordPress, though. I think WordPress is really great because you may, your client or you may move to, like, several different platforms in your whole business and career or whatever. But WordPress is so like maneuverable, I guess I could say, like, even within high level, if we build a website on WordPress, it's still WordPress. So, like, if you decide as an agency to use another tool, or your client decides to use another agency, the website is just transferable. So I think somebody asked in the high level group the other day, I have a client who's worried about building the website on a high level, because what if he decides to, move to a different platform, and then he would have to pay all over again to have his website built. But that's the beautiful thing about having the WordPress option is you build it on WordPress, and then you can take it anywhere, really. You could even host it yourself if you wanted to, like
I find with a few businesses I've talked to. One was a beauty salon, and they just had a beautiful website built, but they totally abandoned them. And they have no way to get into it or anything. It's just there.
Oh
She
my
didn't make
gosh.
any changes. She doesn't have any passwords and all that. I'm like, well, I can build you another website, but it's gonna cost money. I can't do it for free, you know. And
Yeah.
but I said, just run with this for a while, and then when you're ready to update, I'll be happy to build you one. But I've
Yeah.
heard this so many times. These people just go out and build, take these people's money, and they disappear.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, and that's a problem for like local business owners. But it's also a problem like for agency owners who are relying on like a freelancer. You know, like I love to use Fiverr, but I'm very, very picky about the people that I hire from Fiverr because, and the reason I love to use Fiverr as opposed to just hiring someone else is because I feel like a little bit safer because I have that third, the third party or, you know, someone in the middle. You know, like the freelancer, they need to have good reviews. It takes them a while to build up their, you know, their account, their reputation within Fiverr, and they don't want to damage that. Fiverr will constantly ask, hey, what was your experience like? You have the ability to leave reviews, so there's a little bit more incentive as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, if you're just dealing with a freelancer or whatever, it's like you are really putting your whole, it's kind of like what we talk about with the software. You know, if the software you're using is not up to par and you're the agency owner, they're looking at you like, what the crap, your agency sucks, you know. And it's like, hey, it's not my fault, but it is because that's what you chose for your business, you know.
and it puts a bad rap on us site builders and agencies and things because you know you come in and say, oh, I can do this for you, this and that and the other, and they look at you like, no, I already tried that. Somebody came in with me about that. I spent $3,000 last year, nothing happened, and blah blah blah. You know, like, how do you fight that? You know?
Yeah. You know, that's another thing that I am always telling you guys. I mean, it's great now we have reputation management within our system, but it's just so important. The reviews and testimonials, you know, whether you're a freelancer or an agency owner or a plumber or a lawyer or an affiliate marketer or network marketer, it doesn't even matter. You need testimonials. So if you can use Google as a way of getting your testimonials, then now you have this one place where you're capturing all of them, but Google rewards you by putting you at, you know, higher in the search engines. So even if you're like health and wellness and you're promoting like, you know, weight loss supplements or something, how powerful would that be if someone was Googling, you know, how to lose weight or something, and maybe you had a blog article there and you had all these good reviews, and it's like, that's really powerful. And I think people really underestimate that.
Yeah, it's like the auto mechanic I was telling you about. It's like I got on him about the Google stuff and I built it all out for him. And he's got nothing but 5-star reviews. He's got like 400 reviews. He knocked everybody out locally.
Oh, yeah.
Searches.
Yeah. And the beautiful thing is when you have those reviews, you can charge more.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Because people will pay more to know that you'll do a quality job and they don't need to worry about it.
Exactly.
And that's really the truth of the matter.
So somebody else may have a question. I'm taking your time.
That's okay. It's just me, you, and Frankie in here right now.
Okay.
So.
Hi, Frankie.
And I'll unmute and say hello. And since there are only 3 people in here, I gotta tell you what I did. I had my camera covered, but I reached up and I thought I had uncovered it. And I was so sure of that in my mind that I was doing other things trying to get the video. And when I finally tried it again and I popped up on the screen, I thought, oh, I am so embarrassed. So I'll try to remember to always check the camera cover.
You know what, though? I so love that you were embarrassed, but you said it anyway. That's what I do too. That's why I love doing live videos, because it's like, one, it's easier, you know, but two, it's like we're all human beings, and so when you make a mistake, it makes other people feel more comfortable to make mistakes, because it's like,
Right.
oh wow, we all
does
do
help.
it.
It's so good to be among friends.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So Frankie, how's the blog coming along?
As of this week, it's coming along pretty well
Good.
because I have been into Jarvis AI, and I'm learning more. In fact, I already had it. I've had it for some time. I just hadn't used it. But now I'm really getting into using it, and it is exciting to the things that can be done with it. So that's why I say it's coming along nicely now for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people underestimate the AI tools too. And honestly, I think Jarvis is by far the best one. And I've talked to other marketers and agency owners, and they all say hands down, Jarvis is the best one. It's the most intuitive. But I love how, even if you're a great writer, like I know you love to write, it gives you ideas, and then it helps you kind of break through that. Like you might, you put in there like, hey, I want to write a blog article about, finance and this aspect of it. And then it'll write the article for you, but you can always like tweak it and get ideas like, oh, that's a good point, but I don't know, that's not really relevant. And you scratch it out, and then you can tell it to write something else. So you're still kind of orchestrating the article without actually sitting there writing and thinking about every single word. So really, like what a lot of people do is they use Jarvis to do like Fiverr gigs. Like I'll write, 10 blog articles for you for X amount of dollars. But the cool part is well, you could do that without Jarvis. If let's say that you are for $200, you agree to write 10 articles. If you're doing it the old school way, it might take you 8 hours or more to write 10 articles. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But with Jarvis, it's like you might be able to do that in like 4 hours. And then now you can take on another client. So now you're doing in 8 hours instead of doing $200. Now you're doing $400 because Jarvis helps you speed up the process.
Yes, I really like it, and I'm learning a lot about it. Like I said, I just hadn't used it. But
yeah, I'm like you. I've had it. I probably haven't even opened my account in over a month.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know I have it. And I use I get affiliate commissions for it. So I don't pay for it. But it is definitely nice to know that I have it like in my back pocket, because there are times that I'm like, like SEO for YouTube videos, I have the topic, but I need to I hate writing. I'm not like you, Frankie. I hate writing. I'd rather do a video. I want to do it live so I don't have to edit, but if I need like content inside of the YouTube description, to pick up those keywords, I love Jarvis for that. Like Jarvis, write me a paragraph about, XYZ, and then I can just copy and paste.
That's nice. That's nice to have.
Yeah, it really is. I agree. I do hear that they're getting a blog feature inside of High Level, but I haven't, that's all I know. I don't know when. So maybe one day. But there are, somebody said in the group chat, there's blog drop-ins. Like it's was it blog drop-in? I think that was the actual name of it. But it's like a widget you can install in a web page. And the same with like Uswid, or I don't know how you pronounce it. It's an e-commerce, EWCID, I think is what it's called. EWCID. Yeah, it is like an e-commerce store, an e-commerce solution that you can just drop into a page, and it literally creates, it's like the whole store. It's beautiful. I mean, it's full functioning and everything. You can just drop into a High Level page and have an e-commerce store.
Back in the beginning when I started the sugar scrub thing for the golfers.
Yeah.
And it is a nice platform.
Yeah. Are you using it?
Not now. after I got ill and all that, canceled all that and whatever, and then I found VA, and so I know that.
Yeah. I do want to do a training with Equid.
I always say, I was like Euclid or something.
I don't know what it's called. I do want to, man, there's so many things I want to do a training on, but yeah, but I think, and I'm so glad that you guys are here. I want to ask you, what do you think about this? You know, we have all of these PLR products and different things. And what I'd like to do is do like a whole training series on how, not just because we've done so many trainings on how to build the funnel and all these things, but I want to do a training on how to actually customize all the things. Like, you know, you have the videos, because PLR is great, but it doesn't do anything for your brand, you know? So if you can use a PLR course and as basically like the template, then you can literally just recreate the videos. And I actually want to show you all how to do that on Canva. So it's so super simple. But it's like, you guys know as marketers, but you also know as consumers, you know, it's just more positioning. Like if I say, hey, Frankie, sign up for my new course, and you go into the course and it's like a guy talking and sounds like a robot. And, you know, he's like, you're like, this isn't even her course. She didn't create this. But if you watch all those videos and it's me talking and I'm, you know, putting things in my own words and, you know, you're seeing my face, by the end of the course, you're going to be like, wow, she really knows what she's talking about. That's why it's so powerful that you can take these PLR courses, not have to like pour yourself into the content. It's like we were talking about with Jarvis. You know, it's great to have the template or great to have the assistance and coming up with the ideas and things, but it's always better to customize it, make it your own, have your own branding on there and all of that. And it's really easy to do with Canva.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. You know, like I don't mind if the course has a different voice than somebody else I'm watching or viewing. But when you just come across stuff and it's like those robot voices, that's a big turnoff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
yeah, because the beauty of the courses and those course funnels is really all about branding yourself. I mean, we could all go to you know, ClickBank and get, you know, an affiliate link for some PLR course and promote that. You know, I'm not a big fan of ClickBank. I like to say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here are the tools I'm using. And if you like them, click my link. I don't like to do all, I feel like it's so like spammy and not, I don't know, but that's my own personal opinion. But
it's like I'm trying to get up the courage to start a YouTube channel. You know, I just thought, what can I talk about that's just easy, or just at least, you know, just to get started and get used to it, you know?
yeah, and that's a great example of what I was thinking about with these PLR courses, because you could literally take the course. You know, I love to do multi-purpose. So you could take the course. So, you know, you have, let's say you have 10 videos in this course. Okay. It's a PLR. It's strictly PLR. You can just recreate the slides on Canva. Okay. You already know what to say. You already even have an example of it. And then you just do a YouTube video of you doing the information, relaying it, having your own slides, and it's all branded to you. You already know what to say because it's already there. Then after you've done those 10 videos, now you have a whole course that you can put inside of your, you know, your own e-learning. And then now it's all branded to you.
Right.
Yeah.
I just thought, get on YouTube and just start going live and just do some videos and get all the shyness and everything and make like the worst videos, and you can say, okay, it can only improve from here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I swear. I've talked about this so many times with my first video. I was like, I did it in my car before I went into work because I work night shift at the hospital, and I was talking about a weight loss supplement that I was having really good results
I
with.
go back and watch a lot of people's first few videos that they ever did, so then I understand how far they've really come.
Yeah, it's shocking when I go back and look. And I seriously, Valerie, I thought that I was going to go into work that night and all the people that I worked with were going to be like, oh my gosh, Bridget, she was, you know,
Right.
nobody even saw it. Nobody cared.
Concerned about themselves. Yeah, you know, it's
Yeah.
we put too much stock in worrying about what other people think.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the feedback I got from that video, because over time, I was at work and I was like, oh my gosh, I did my first video. So of course, because I mentioned it, people wanted to go watch it. But the feedback that I got was really great. And they were like, oh, that's so great. You're doing so awesome. And they actually wanted information about the,
Oh, good. Awesome.
yeah. So it was like a light bulb went off in my head that time, because it's like, people really don't care about your imperfections. It's actually to your benefit. Like Frankie saying, I forgot to uncover I mean, how many people would be watching this like, I've done that before too. Now they're like, oh, Frankie's my girl, because it's like, it's okay.
Or not being able to hit the unmute button quick enough, or it's like,
Yeah. Or like, how many times have you saw me do a live training where like the sound's not working, or I'm not sharing my screen or something? It's like, it happens. But we all, and the proof of that is the reality TV. you know we're all reality TV junkies. It's not because it's all scripted and I mean, we like the scripted stuff, but there's something so fascinating about people just being themselves.
right.
And when you're doing marketing and you're doing these types of videos, that's what people want to see. Everyone's so skeptical and afraid of getting like taken advantage of and being lied to and getting, wasting money and time, that if you can just be a normal, sincere person, it's like that resonates more with people. They start to let their guard down a lot. I hear a lot of people say, oh, Bridget, you're so sincere and all of that. And I hope that I come across that way. I feel that way inside, but I'm just being myself, and that's all I can be. And it's too stressful to try to act like someone else.
I think what's weird is like when you have to talk to a camera all by yourself or whatever at first, and it's like, what do you put in your mind, or how did you get over that to where you don't sound like monotoned or too serious? I mean, how do you get your personality to come out, or how did you
I think it's over time, really. The first few videos, and my niece, she's 17 now. I think she was like 13 or 14 when I made my first video. And she's like, Aunt Bridget, you have dead face. And I was like, what? She's like, who died? Why do you? It was so true. She was so right, because I would look at all my videos and I would be like so nervous that I was like, and then all you have to do is this. It's
right,
like,
because I've tried doing a few test things just on my own phone, and I'm like, this is so bad. This is so bad.
but you know what? It's just do it. Just do it. Even if you think it's bad, so what? And then get joy inside of yourself for being like, I don't even care that it's bad. I know it's bad. And I know that 10 videos from now, it'll be better. And I'm going to look back on this video and I'm going to think, wow, I have really improved. But the thing is, now you have 10 videos.
Right.
Now you have 10 times you've practiced creating a video. Every single time you get better and better and more comfortable, because it's like when I started, with Builderall, and we were in the Mag 5 and we were doing all these challenges, I was like scared to death.
Oh, I bet. Oh my God.
I was scared to death. And the first challenge, I think I cried after one of I know that I cried. I'm just saying I think, because I wanted to cover it. I know I cried because I just knew I blew it. I just did this presentation and I think it was so boring, and I read it instead of just talking my way through it like a normal person would. And then I knew as soon as the camera ended, I was like, oh, I blew it. And of course, everybody's like, oh, no, maybe next time you should not read it. And I'm like, I know, it was terrible. I was so defeated. But the next time,
Yeah.
it was better. The
Yeah.
next time I didn't read it.
No, you did awesome on BA. I mean, all you did, really good.
Oh,
Uh,
thanks.
but
It's
do you have,
practice.
like notes you go out when you're doing a video, or you just wing it?
I just like to do, sometimes I do videos that I'm not really sure, like how I'm going to do it. And that is the cool part. I swear I get so much feedback about those videos, and people say, I love when you mess up because I have the same problem. I went there too. And when I tried to look for this, it wasn't there. But when you did it, I got to see how you like troubleshooted that, like where did you go? And I try to tell people my thought process. And the more you mess up, the more comfortable you get with messing up. And then you get feedback about, oh, I'm so glad that you did that because it helped me to troubleshoot things. And so really all of those things, that being comfortable and with mistakes or being live or messing up, that all just comes with practice. Like I used to prepare 6 hours, like when I was in the groups and I was doing my daily training. When I first started that, I would prepare for like 6 hours before my live, before my 30-minute live. I would prepare for 6 hours, which is not effective. Because I was so nervous. I didn't want to go in front of people and then not know what I was talking about. But then the more I did it, the more it's like, I could pretty much just think, okay, I think I'm going to show them how to do this today. And then I would just do my live and be like, here's how we do it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But I probably forget stuff,
And if you forget it, then say, oh man, I forgot that.
Yeah.
I swear, it's so crazy. People love that because you're just being yourself. You don't have to be, perfect. And people don't like perfect because no one's perfect. And I actually had someone tell me once that I was so positive it was annoying. And it's like, you just can't,
can't please everybody all the time.
Yeah. So you might as well just be yourself,
That sounds like a left-handed compliment to me. You're so positive that you're that's left-handed.
Yeah.
Nothing against lefties. I like lefties. But it really does. So yeah. Bridget, how did you get your training when you first went into this line of work, the marketing area? Did you major in it in college, or are you self-taught, which is good, but how did you get, in other words, how did you get so much information?
Trial and error.
Online question.
Probably like in 2014, someone that because I worked in pharmacy, and one of the pharmacists, everyone in pharmacy hates medication. We avoid it like the plague. Too much knowledge is almost works against you. So this pharmacist was actually in essential oils and different things. And I was having a lot of allergy problems. And so she was trying to give me alternatives, things that I could use like for deodorants and things that had ingredients that I was allergic to. And so I kind of got into these essential oils, and I thought, well, okay, I'm not like this network marketer. So I created an eBay store, and I kind of dabbled around with drop shipping. But it was like, I would make like $100 here and there, and it wasn't really anything substantial. But then in 2015, my husband was a truck driver, and he was in a bad accident, and he had always wanted to not, he just wanted, his idea of retirement was like, if I could just mow grass all day, that would just be the perfect life for me. I just want to be outside. I don't want to be away from home. And so that's what we did. We just like, okay, let's start a lawn care business. We lived in an apartment, okay, which is so funny because we didn't have a lawnmower. We had like a 2002 Tracker that was like a little SUV, so we didn't have a truck. We literally had to go buy a lawnmower. We bought like the cheapest leaf blower we could find, and then like a Black & Decker trimmer. And he would load that stuff up because, you know, when he wasn't driving a truck, he's like, I'm going to make this work. So on the weekends, he'd go, you know, mow grass, and we'd put flyers out, and we, you know, did the Facebook marketplace and all that. And we weren't really getting a lot of customers. I did everything that every local business owner does. And so I was like, okay, we need a website. So that's really how it all started. And then but I was fine just doing, you know, working on his business to help him. And then, you know, just working in pharmacy. But then it just got to where, man, I just hated my job so much that like the thought of going in every day just made me want to cry. I just thinking of, you know, and everyone I worked with, like, oh, just, you know, 30 more years till retirement. And it's like, I don't want to wait 30 years to be happy, you know? So I was like, well, I know how to build websites. Maybe I can like get into this whole thing. And then I had another pharmacist that, you know, he opened his own pharmacy, and he is like, hey, how do you do this? And how do you do that? And he ended up hiring me. And then then he referred me. And then that's pretty much how it all started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, trial and I mean, that's what I tell you guys too. It's like, you don't really have to have it all figured out. What you think you're going to do right now when you first start or whatever, it's probably not going to be that once you get going, but you have to like start so that you can figure out, you know, do I love blogs? Do I love, you know, sugar scrubs? What about this do I love? What about this do I not love? And then the whole time you're learning these things, you're like, you know, it's like, there's things that I don't love to do. So I automate that. In the process of figuring that out, that I don't like doing it, now I figured out how to automate that. Now I can teach people how to automate it. Now I am learning a totally different tool, you know, so to learn that tool, now I need to watch YouTube videos, and I need to, you know, so that's just how it all happened, really. And then that's how I also got noticed by Builderall, because I already had like 1,000 subscribers on almost 1,000 on my channel. And, you know, I was practicing and things like that, you know, just making those videos, pounding out and I had no idea what I was doing, but I just kept doing it. That's pretty much how it started.
Yeah.
So how did you get started, Frankie?
I like doing research, first of all. So every night, and even still, I'm always looking and checking and looking up information and buying more information. That's just who I am. That's in my core. I like doing research. So I actually found this on my own. I wasn't not introduced to it. I found it on my own. And then once I found this information, then I did due diligence and looked into, you know, the companies, because I've had some bad experiences with online businesses. You know, it just is so many scams, and people take advantage of you and lose a lot of money, that kind of thing. So I was just treading lightly and checking out everything, and I didn't know anything at all about digital marketing as far as, you know, doing it for myself. I just know the term, that's about it. But then once I started really looking into it, then I liked it. And, you know, it's so many things to learn with digital and affiliate marketing that I'm just excited about, I guess, this kind of information and content and what it can do for you as far as residual income. And I like real estate. So I consider the internet and digital marketing and affiliate marketing is owning a little piece of real estate that's free.
Yeah.
Free real estate. So I like that idea about it. And it, you know, from there on, I just continued to do what I do.
Yeah.
Now, I have not taken, I have to be honest, I have not taken as much, I have not really used all of the information that I have gathered, and I know everyone, all the leaders in any business will tell you, who's in this type business, will tell you, just take the steps and do it. And you said it again today, where you got to make those steps. But I have been so busy, and I still like information, but I've been so busy gathering all this information. Oh, this can do this. Let me see about this. And then not really putting it into action and using that and building on that. Plus, I've also had kind of an issue in my upbringing of trying to be perfect in whatever I do. And I've had to constantly tell myself, I am not perfect, and it's okay, because nobody is. But when you grow up a certain way, whatever that is, it stays with you. And it's hard to, work through that sometimes. And I say that because it really was meant in a good way. It was nothing too strict, but when we grew up, my sister and I were, back in the day, I have to say back in the day, because it's long before your time, but we were dancers and twirlers in school and even in college too, but that's what we did. And in so doing, our instructors pounded it into us that we should learn our routines and be able to do them in our sleep. I can remember going outside and practicing twirling at night by the light because I wanted to be perfect. Now, we were good, but I should have been also taught that, okay, if you make a mistake, you can get through that, but it was almost this or nothing. Let's go with it. So that's where I am.
That's probably why you like research so much. And that's probably what's holding you back from actually doing. You're afraid to fail. That's kind of like what Valerie was talking about. I'm trying to get the courage to just get my first video created. And it is that fear of failure. I still feel it all the time. Like, oh my gosh, what if I actually fail? And then it's like, especially like when you do this online thing and it's like you tell people, like when I first told people that I was, when I worked in the pharmacy and I told people, I remember my boss did the whole speech, on my when I gave my resignation, she's like, Bridget's going to go pursue her dream of an online business like it was a childhood fantasy. So I always felt like I had something to prove, to the people who doubted me. Like, I'm going to make this work and I'm going to prove to all these people that I'm not an idiot, So then that fear of like, I can't fail at this. And that fear was way bigger than the fear of making a video or making an ugly website or any of those. That fear of like, actually this failing, like the big picture failing, that's still too much for me to deal with.
I can definitely relate to that because that's pretty much where I am or where I've been, but I've not been able to work through some of it, but I still have it in the back of my head. I don't quite know enough, so I'm going to learn some more. I'm going to get this and that. And it does hold you back, from actually pursuing and being productive with something that's really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a client once that he had a dream of a nonprofit. He spent 2 years planning, laying everything down. I mean, there's legal stuff, that has to be done when you're a nonprofit and things that you need to do. But spent 2 years planning all of this, just nitpicking, just like, micromanaging, just like compulsively obsessing over every little detail. And it comes time for them to launch their big thing. And it just was a huge failure. Very expensive, huge failure. And it's because he spent so much time planning step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, that he didn't realize until he actually took the first step that now he needs to throw 2, 3, and 4 in the trash because he had no idea what he really needed to do in step 2 because he hadn't even taken step 1 yet. And so which fear is a bigger fear? The failure Or like, do you want to fail the whole picture or just fail the first step? Because is it really a failure?
Not really a learning experience.
Absolutely, 100%. Your first blog post, maybe it's not going to be your best one, but who cares? You wrote a blog post. You go, girl. That's what's important. You didn't fail yourself. That's the big thing. It's what you want. So yeah, you just got to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you let me know. You write your first blog post. I want to share it on my social media and help you get some traffic.
See, I'm getting scared already.
No, don't get scared. I'm going to give you a deadline, Frankie, by next Friday. By the next Friday Q&A, I want you to write a blog post and you can share it on my social media.
I'll tell you what, Frankie, you write a blog post, I'll make a video.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey,
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. And then I'll share yours too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And we could even share the blog inside the videos inside the resources area, and then maybe people would love for you to write blogs for them if that's something that you're interested in doing. I totally want to use all of my traffic and everything to help people who are taking action because I just love it.
That's wonderful.
I love more than I could talk to millionaires all day and not give two craps. Sorry about the language. But when I talk to people who are terrified to do something and then they do it anyway, I love it. It is like an addiction to me. I love it so much.
Well, when I did that testimonial, that took all my guts to do it. And I thought, well, it's not that bad. It's okay.
Yeah, you did a great job. And look, now you got your first one done. And now we're on to 2.
Yeah.
This is your second video, Valerie.
Okay.
It'll be so much better. And just talk about something that you know, like something that you know so well, and then it makes you less nervous.
Right.
Yeah. Do something simple. Who cares? Show someone how to create a Gmail account.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Just whatever you know well. Just make it a 5-minute video. Like, hey, I'm going to show you how to do something. Because I promise you, people care more about the content than they care about your mistakes or, your imperfections.
Yeah, that's the one thing I was looking at of doing possibly is that, like I'm into tech stuff or whatever, but it seems like when I have to dive deep in a rabbit hole for something that's going wrong on the computer or whatever, it's like all these guys from the East, with their accents and things, and you can barely understand or they go so fast of the part that you really need. So I was thinking, all these little tech geeks, it's like maybe I need to recreate some of those videos.
Yes. Because I get a lot of feedback about my videos about high level, because if you look on YouTube, they're really, the people involved with high level are very techie, experienced, professional, been in the agency game for a long time. And even the people who work in high level, all their videos are very not beginner friendly. And so I have heard, probably without exaggerating, 20 times from different people that say, I am so glad that you're creating these videos because I'm so overwhelmed with high level and I don't know how to do this and that. But it's like, we need beginner friendly training for things. Not everyone is a techie person.
I went looking for an answer to this email thing, the SMTP. And maybe that'll be my first video if I get the answer from tonight, and warn people that Namecheap has this issue.
Yes. And then in the title, make sure that you put Namecheap and high level so that you can pick up those keywords. And then when people are searching, how do I connect high level to Namecheap or Namecheap to high level? Now your video comes up.
Right.
Just like Frankie with your blog post. Let's say you wanted to write a blog exactly about the same thing, which you could technically if you wanted to create a video and then write written instructions. Now you have a YouTube video and a blog post, and now you have 2 chances for someone to find you written form and video form, but that's besides the point. You could totally write exactly, here's the problem, And now I'm going to tell you how to solve it in a blog post. And you can use like tools like Scribe, that Google Chrome extension, which is so cool. Just to, you know, create the screenshots and make it really simple. That could be your whole blog post. Yeah. And people find, I mean, a lot of people think of like running Google ads to like videos or like capture pages or whatever. But one of the most popular ways of making money running Google ads is with blog posts, because people are searching. How do I do this? And sometimes videos are not the best form, because especially like instructional things, you know, maybe you're on your phone at the doctor's office, can't really hear it, but, or maybe, you know, especially like with instructional things, it's nice when it's like step by step, like here's what you do, and then here's a picture. And then here's what you do, and here's a picture, because that helps me. So I have two screens. So I'll put on one screen the instructions that I can look, and then I can actually do the action on my other screen. It's so much easier. But if I have to do a video, it's like I'm pausing, I'm going backwards, and then I'm, you know, so there's definitely room in the market for both.
Right. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff. Did you guys have any other questions?
Set. You have a super weekend.
Yeah, you too. I'm working on some intro videos and some really cool stuff. So hopefully, yeah. And I'll show you all on Monday.
Oh, can't wait.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, ladies. Good conversation. I'm sure a lot of people are resonating with the fears and all of those things. So I do appreciate it. And I will see you all Monday, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.
Bye.